take the ride. Take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe. Take the ride. Streams are fun. subscribe. You never want to miss the vibe.
Always doing it sunny side up. It's the hen. Fuck. What up, my friends? How are you doing? It is Monday evening, and we have gathered to discuss the new overpriced era of Magic the Gathering. So, let me grab the live stream link. I'll share that in the Discord, and we shall go from there. All right? Bum, 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 bum. Weird. I don't know what happened there, but whatever. That doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. Notifications have been sent. And hellos are in order. What up, Kenzuki, Jess, Aang, Kevin, Farky, Sheba, Shelton, Total, Yamagoro. Who else is in here? Juglum, Error, Kurt, Bob, Gianna, Lewis, Breakstop. What is up? How are you doing on this fine Monday evening? It's been a pretty nice day here overall, so pretty sweet. And got to have a good laugh at Wizards' ridiculous new secret layer overpriced offerings, man. I went down to my local game store today, and regular boosters of Tarkir are going for 10 bones a piece. And that's not just at that LGS. I was at the face-to-face event on the weekend and I saw the prices. So we're here. That's where we're at. It's $10 before tax. And I don't know, man. I guess I'm like a dinosaur. I remember Modern Horizons coming out and I remember them going, well, it's $7 a pack, but we've loaded it down with a bunch of awesome reprints and goodness, and it actually felt like it was the end. It was the end of the reasonable, hey, check it out, we're actually going to try something that feels good for the players. It does cost more money, but you don't feel like you're getting ripped off. And pretty much everything since then, like the more expensive sets, has not felt like it's worth it. And now we're to the point where like $10 is how much it was for Modern Horizons packs. And that's how much it is for a regular standard set. That doesn't even include the Universe Beyond stuff. I am waiting for my spine to try and jump out of my body when I see how much Final Fantasy boosters are going to cost, you know? Kurt, close call with the tornado, went over your tiny town without touchdown. Well, that's lucky. That's lucky. Nagel, what happened to 325? Decades. Juglum, you think the red raised foil might look great? If you want it, buy it, buddy. At the end of the day, they're offering it, and if it's going to make you happy, purchase it. I think that it's a skis. So I look at it and go, how nice is it even going to look? And even if it does, remember when they went $30 for regular, $40 for foil, $50 for etched? Right? Not 30, 40, 100. What is the justification for the raised foils costing $100? Like, it doesn't cost them an extra $10 a card to make them. It costs them barely anything extra to make them at all. Hell, maybe it costs the same as it costs to make etched. What's the logic? What is the logic? Breakstop, you're sick of the dystopia we're getting? This is the reality. Jess, correct. That is the correct word to apply to this. It's greed. It's Wizards of the Coast seeing how much people will pay. There's no justification for it other than maybe we can get people to pay these crazy prices, and we're getting rid of our older customer base and replacing it with a combination of people who straight up just are coming in for particular brands, Universe Beyond stuff, and the whole Commander vibe, right? Total, the band card being the big hit feels like someone smashed your face with a hammer. Yeah, I mean, they've got Breach. They've got Breach as the big buy this for $100 because of Breach. But they just had to ban Breach. And you know it takes time for them to make it the secret lair. So there must have been somebody internally going, can we just not ban Breach? Maybe? And they're just like, no, man, we've got to ban Breach. It's too busted and it's got to go. No, but can't we wait until we sell these secret layers? No, but we'll still try and sell those secret layers for this absurd price tag without taking into account the fact that the demand for this card will have diminished because we've banned it. Papa Hasbro needs money because no one will buy G.I. Joe. They are floundering with their toy lines, 100%. 100%. Farky, yeah, I mean, we'll know whether enough people bought it or not when we see if they do this again, right? If they do it again, then obviously they sold enough of it that they feel like people will go for it, right? Nagel, what's Final Fantasy going to cost? Bare minimum 30% more than Tarkir. Bare minimum 30% more. But I could see it easily being 50% more. So, buckle up. That's all I can say. Kentucky Wizards is fine. Booster boxes can be bought on buy now, pay later. You've got to take out an installment plan and pay for a booster box over the course of a year. It's crazy. If there's people who can reasonably afford that and enjoy it, I guess more power to them. But before it felt like Magic was kind of walking away faster than I could keep up. And now it's just in this dead sprint. And I'm like, I can see it in the distance. I miss you. That's how it feels. Baron Wizards wants Final Fantasy to be 100% more. They probably want it to be 200% more if they get away with it, but there is an upper limit. Total, Final Fantasy is the beginning of the end of cheap cards. I mean, bro, that's why this stream is called Welcome to Magic's Overpriced Era, because we're moving into full-on overpriced-itude, bro. Skeezy says Final Fantasy collector boxes are $100 more than Tarkir distribution cost. Collector boxes have more variance, I feel like, with the price. I'm more interested in the regular play boosters, which are supposed to be the most accessible level, right? Collector products being harder to come by and higher priced is to be expected. Not to be enjoyed, but to be expected. But what about the regular stuff? You know, where are we going to be with that? That's what I want to see, especially here in Canada. Juggling was a lot more comfortable and the Commander deck was $35. There you go, man. There you go. These Final Fantasy Commander decks are probably going to be 100 or more a piece, you know? Nagel, you want Final Fantasy, but you don't want to be poor. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Jess, you had respect for Wizards in the 90s? Same. There used to be a time where I loved the game and loved the company. And now I still love the game, but I despise the choices that the company is making. And I think that they're incredibly greedy. Vogan, what's up, buddy? You bought everything in the Final Fantasy set. Having secret layers involved as well, including the price jump, is sad. It's opportunistic. I agree with you. It's sad. It's opportunistic. It is far from ideal. Ness, you're seeing the MSRP of Final Fantasy is $7 for play packs. If it even goes at MSRP, right? I mean, Tarkir's MSRP is lower, but it's still selling for crazy prices. Baron in the US Final Fantasy play is $150 to $200. Yeah, so the booster boxes here are probably going to be I'm going to say at least $350 to $400 for a play booster box. Bare minimum. Nagel, I want Final Fantasy 3 and you want Final Fantasy 2 and 7. I'm cool with those as well. I like Final Fantasy 2. I like Final Fantasy 7. Although we're really talking about Final Fantasy 6 and Final Fantasy 4, right? You're just going by the North American ones. Juggling collector boosters have always been insanely priced, right? Wizards is just like, I love when they announce collector boosters. They basically came out and said, regular boosters are full of crap, and you should just buy these expensoid boosters. That's right, Baron. There's only 30 packs in a box. Trust me, I haven't forgotten. When I was looking at the prices of Tarkir boxes when I was at the face-to-face event this weekend, they had them for $270 before tax. And I was just staring at it going, like a 36-pack box was $210 not that long ago. Not that long ago. And now, all of a sudden, they're $270. A $60 increase, right? Like, it's absolutely insane. It's insane. Pre-release kit, $70. Gift bundles, $140. $70 for a pre-release kit in America equals the pre-releases here will be over $100. I am genuinely internally sad about the fact that pre-releases are about to leave me behind too. I've already been left behind by booster boxes. They're not something that I can get anymore. And bundles even, like, it's slowly been whittling down. I remember it used to be like, get a box or two, get a fat pack, go to the pre-release, go to multiple pre-releases. And then it changed to go to the pre-release, get a fat pack, also known as a bundle. And for the last number of pre-releases, it's just been go to a pre-release, maybe two, and no bundle, no box. And now it's like, I don't even know if I'm going to be getting to go to the Final Fantasy pre-release. That one is on the fence for me now. And that's just a regular standard set. So, kind of a bummer, bro. Kind of a bummer. Jordan, you missed the $100 boxes? Yeah. Jess, correct. Final Fantasy, basically, the company that makes Final Fantasy didn't have faith that in North America there'd be that much demand for it. So they released Final Fantasy 1 as Final Fantasy 1. And then it's called Final Fantasy because that was going to be the company's last game, but it turned out to be a smash success and kept them in business. So Final Fantasy 1 was Final Fantasy 1. But Final Fantasy 2 in North America was actually Final Fantasy 4. And then Final Fantasy 3 was actually Final Fantasy 6. So we actually missed out on Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, and Final Fantasy 5. I didn't get to play those until way later. Kenzuki, you like Final Fantasy 5? I can't remember anything about it. Skeezy, $80 increase on the play box. Yikes. And that's American too, because you're in America. Jordan used to save all your money as a kid so you could crack them packs. I remember spending my allowance money to get boosters too. Lonnie, you just get pre-cons? Understandable. I mean, you get the commander decks and you're getting a 100 card deck, right? Good to go straight out of the box. You don't need to add anything. You can, and you can also take it apart for parts. The commander deck seems like one of the places where the value isn't quite as bad. Opening boosters is a rough proposition because Wizards stacks the decks with boosters too, right? They literally have track printing, which ensures that you won't get too much goodness in any given box. They totally work the numbers from every angle. Juggling, you heard commander cards are not in the Final Fantasy play boosters. Can you only get them in collector boosters? Is that how it works? $80 increase on the play box. That's your cost, not how much it's going to charge like other people. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Nagel, you loved Final Fantasy V? I can't remember anything about it, bro. Jordan, your mom hated Magic, so you had to work to buy any of it? She's not going to buy what she hates. Vogan, they only show up in collector boosters? I'm not surprised. What up, Shelly? How you doing, man? Jordan, mowing yards. I remember shoveling snow to get money to buy Magic boosters or rent games from the rental place. Total, the collector set of Commander decks is about $1,250 American. My God. Well, I will admit that I am envious of anybody who can just drop that money on that, because that's got to feel great. It's got to feel great, you know? Like, I hate what Wizards is doing. I hate their greed. I hate a lot of things that are going on with the game. But I can't hate the people who are buying the products, because they're just people trying to enjoy their life, right? That's it. Wizards of the Coast is seeing how greedy they can get, but for real, you don't know how long you're going to get to live. How much stuff actually makes you fucking genuinely happy, right? So buying things that are going to make you happy, that's one of the reasons to have money. Just going to save it and spend on necessities and not get anything that brings you joy. You know what I mean? Jordan, she gave you a drive to work. Well, I mean, hey, that's all right. Skeezy, the collector commanders have special arts and different commanders. The collector commanders are well over $600 cost. Yeah, I mean, I knew the collector commander decks were going to be bonkers prices, right? I already knew that. Jordan, 5 yards for a box? You'd walk your neighborhood asking people to see if you get a box? I mean, simpler times, right? Imagine how many yards you'd have to do now to get a box. Nego with the super chat. You are lording that board, big boy. Thank you, good sir. Thank you for the super chat. Juglum, yeah, that's it, man. That's it. The people who are out there going, don't buy this, people. We've got to send a message to Wizards. That'll never work. Nobody who is about to buy the product will go, I'm not buying this product because somebody on the internet convinced me that I shouldn't buy it, because then they'll just do more like this. Anybody who's in the position to buy it and wants it is just going to buy it. Magic is a very personal experience, and nobody is going to turn around and go, I'm not buying it, let's do a boycott. You know? People make that decision independently, and they just have to come to that point where they've decided that's it, you know? Sheba, was I able to get any of the Tarkir decks? No, I didn't get any of the Tarkir commander decks. Not at all. I didn't get a bundle. I got to play in the Tarkir pre-release. And I have a couple of packs left over that I got winning at the pre-release that I saved for the wheel. Like, I don't open anything at all not on the stream with you guys anymore, because I know how limited it is. I don't like, it used to be I had way more stuff, and not so much anymore. That is the reality. That is the reality. So yeah, the price of the stuff is just, it's outpaced me, and that's how it goes. I mean, at least I'm an adult and I can accept there's lots of things in life that I'd like to own that I cannot buy. So it's not a new feeling to me, but it is a new feeling for me with Magic. You know what I mean? Where before I'd be like, I could pick up boxes here or there, and every once in a while, just on a whim, I could be like, oh, I've got some extra money from like a government refund or something like that. I'm going to go grab a box. But now it's like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm curious to see what happens. Does Magic shrink by a significant margin in terms of the players? Is it not really that impactful as much because so much of it is Commander now? Does Magic become more gentrified, where it just has more wealthy pocketed players? Like, really, where does this put us overall? You know? Skeezy, do I want a bundle? I can't afford no bundles. What up, Run DMC? No, Run DMS. My brain just goes to DMC. Nago, it's not pay to win. Magic isn't pay to win. You can't pay to win. Like, Now it's pay to play. It's pay to compete, but you can't pay to win in Magic. You can't just go, I have more money, I win. There are games like that. Mobile games and stuff like that. But Magic isn't pay to win. It's just extremely expensive to play, you know? Lonnie, 17 collector sets of precons? Oh, what, the Final Fantasy stuff? Yeah, I bet you it's all pre-ordered like gangbusters, bro. Jordan All in Super Chat says, what do you think about the claim of FF being top dollar? I mean, is it based on units already pre-ordered, or is it just based on the dollar value? You know what I mean? Like, that's the question. I feel like it's just based on the dollar value, and considering how much they jacked the prices, I'm not surprised. Oh, Jordan, I was going to say you're Lord of the Board, but Juglin came in with the Super Chat saying, dang, I just realized the wheel was there. Let's go. Bro, I'm not going to lie. I forgot about the wheel too. You just reminded me. It's literally sitting here right behind me. And I forgot that it was a thing. So, all right, Juglin, we're going to go for a spin, bro. Shiva says, you could give me the top dollar deck and I'd still manage to lose, not win. There you go. Magic's just expensive to play, not... Oh, wow. Okay, let me fix this camera. It just keeps... It's like my vision when I see the price tags for Magic. Oh, I'm going into the light, boys. It's over for me. We had a good run, but Hatcher is done. All right. There we go. All right, so it shouldn't do that anymore this stream. All right, now I'm ready. Let's go spinning. Bup, 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 bup. Wait. Skeezy, distribution sold out with little promise of restock. Well, I imagine that considering they have a license for like 2 years, they're going to do the same thing they did with Lord of the Rings, and there'll be a bunch more Final Fantasy coming. But they benefit now from acting like, oh, get it, because who knows if more is coming, right? Right? Jordan, I agree. It does feel crazy to claim that now. Oh, insult. Speaking of crazy, Juglin is crazy. He's crazy for unwashed dicks in his mouth. He likes to see how many he can fit in there all at once. He heads on down to Hobo's Alley and says, who wants to make $2 shoving their nuts down my gullet? Gargling Hobo's ball bags is how Juglin copes with the new state of Magic the Gathering. Juglin, you are as reasonable as Wizards of the Coast's current pricing. Oh, that's the biggest insult I could give right there. That's even worse than what I said before, man. That's even worse than what I said before. There's nothing that's going to top that insult. It doesn't matter what I say about you, you fucking greasy hamburglar. And by ham, I mean dude's butt cheeks. That's the ham that you burgle. You're a butt cheek burglar. Nah, DMS, you're wrong. You're wrong. You spend $100 to get access to more Magic cards, you still don't get to win. You still don't get to win. You need that to compete. You're making my point. Pay to win is something totally different. And it's a pointless thing to say when Magic isn't pay to win. It's if you want to have the tools to even compete, it's going to cost you a shitload of money. You literally can't pay to win. You can pay an assload of money and still not pay to win. Pay to win is a different scenario. That's the deal. That's the deal. Magic the Gathering is not pay to win. It's pay an absurd amount of money to compete. That's it. Almost as much money as Juglin pays those homeless guys to burgle their ham. Ness, it could be I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Magic's going to take a long time to fucking fully swizzle down the drain. And the fact that they're so focused on Commander and people can just proxy and pick up things here and there, Wizards could milk this for years before they run out of IPs that they can pull enough money out of, right? Like, in the long term, what they're doing is massively detrimental to the game, as far as I'm concerned. In the short term, it's going to make them a bunch of money. It's impossible to deny that. They are absolutely pulling you in hand over fist, where they're crowing over what's going on with Final Fantasy already, right? So, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Nagley's got too many in his mouth. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, in the short term, they're going to rake in a bunch of money, right? With this overpriced stuff. But in the long term, they're smashing the supports under the game, right? So, I don't know. I don't want Magic to die. I don't want it to collapse. People seem to misunderstand sometimes because of the criticisms that I level. They think that, oh, I hate Magic. Oh, he wants Magic to go away. And it's like, if I hated Magic, I'd leave. Why would I engage with garbage if I hated it? I don't hate myself. I appreciate my time. I know it's limited on this earth, and I wish to engage with things that bring me joy. You know? And Magic the Gathering has made me happy. Playing it still makes me happy. I'm still fucking obsessed with the game. I feel like what they're doing is unsustainable. And I get sad sometimes because I'm left behind, you know? It is what it is. That's the reality. Run, yep, Spider-Man's coming to Magic, but not on Arena. Not on Arena. On Arena, we get in-universe stuff because things just have to get as insane as possible. Drongo, what's up? Asking, yeah, is anybody planning on buying that Secret Lair Commander deck for $200? Dave, yep. Magic players have been buying Beanie Babies for years. Dutch tulips, however you want to put it. 100%. 100%. Magic 30 was the final push that I needed to be 100% comfortable with using proxies myself. I never had a problem with other people using proxies, but I avoided using proxies myself. Now, I'm 100% down with proxies as well as regular cards. I'd prefer to have regular cards, but I recognize the reality that most of them, nope, not going to get them. So, you know, proxies, totally realistic. Hell, I've accepted a proxy sponsorship. Tolarian Library is my fucking proxy sponsor. If you guys buy from them, use my code MyBonesHurt because I get fucking hooked up for that. Every time he sends me out a new batch of proxies, I'm like, sweet, some more cards that I can put into my cube. It's fucking dope. That's right, Drunkle. Their sales have boosted in the fucking Q1. In the short term, they're making bank. The shareholders are happy. The company's happy. They're trying to stem the bleeding from losing out from the other toys and stuff. But long term, bad times. Bad times. Chancellor, yep. Magic's IP has been massively diluted, and that will only hasten as Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, Avatar get added in. And as an extra little spike in the wheel, Spider-Man is going to be the welcome decks. So up until now, if you went down to a game store and wanted to get into Magic, they'd give you free decks. Here you go. Here's a free Magic deck. And they would all be in-universe. Now, for the upcoming year, you're going to get a Spider-Man deck. If you start playing Magic and you're new to Magic, your introduction will be with Spider-Man Magic cards, which is really bizarre to me. Really bizarre. Skeezy, you're getting the Scam Commander deck? Are you getting it in for your store or for you? Jordan, it's hard to invest in Magic. I wouldn't. Investing in Magic is an insane concept. Like, everything is reprintable. Wizards is skeezing as hard as they can. So you don't have any, like, I don't know. The idea of investing in Magic is wild. It's just play the game and enjoy it if you want to, but don't think that you're going to make money off of it. The only one making money off it is Wizards of the Coast. Kabuki, your 12-year-old nephew and you both play. The difference in accessibility for different products you can both purchase is wide. Well, of course. I mean, 12-year-olds have no money, right? So, of course there's going to be a massive gap. That would be, whether it's Magic or anything else, how much money does a 12-year-old have to buy anything? I don't know what a 12-year-old's allowance is nowadays, right? I remember my allowance being $2 a week. $2. $2. Do I think there exists any kind of spiritual successor to the style of Magic where the lore was semi-compelling? Dante, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, Sorcery has some nice flavor to their cards. The artwork is nice, but it's not like they have lore really to go alongside it. So, nothing that pops into mind. Nagel, yep, you can go with photocopied cards, so you can print them out on your printer. There's lots of different ways to do proxies. I personally like the proxies that look like high quality. So the proxies I've been getting from Tolarian are great because they look better than actual Magic cards. So that vibe is pretty nice. They're very solid. But any kind of proxies are valid. You want to write on basic lands, you want to print out slips, however you want to do it. Skeezy, you collect the decks, keep them sealed, and proxy the decks. Okay, fair enough. Millmaster, will I shave your head and paint an arrow on it? Yeah, man. Yes. And then I will also tar and feather you so you can be the chicken bender. Total, remember when people freaked out about My Little Pony cards? Man, that was a million years ago. That was back in the silver bordered days, at least, you know? They made them uncards and kept them gated in their own little, these aren't actually official play them in tournament Magic cards. And they've just thrown that out the window going, Universe Beyond will be in standard. They will look just like regular cards. We're changing the frames. We're changing the stamp. All of it to look like real cards. So deal with it. We know that we Trojan horse this by telling you, no, these are just side things. You don't have to worry. They're not going to intrude on Magic proper. And then they went, this is Magic proper now. And you'll be lucky if in-universe stuff gets to intrude on Universe Beyond. You know, like that's what it's turning into. Drunky, you remember finding out about allowances, sat down with your parents, got told, we're poor, son, and then started a paper delivery? Well, it's good. It's good that they were honest with you, man. Skeezy says, you're right. We could break it down for you. We both have full-time jobs to keep the store open, so there's an LGS close by. So you run an LGS and have full-time jobs as well? Just so you can keep the store going? Like, everybody I know pretty much who runs LGSs, it's like, yeah, my wife has a good job and helps pay a lot of the bills kind of thing. You know? It's pretty hard to have an LGS that's not a passion project, that's a genuinely profitable, full-on business that can support like a family or whatever else, you know? Running an LGS is a labor of love and requires sacrifice. And Magic the Gathering is becoming less and less a priority for LGSs. I went down to my LGS today and I said, so what do you think about the $100 foils for the secret layer? And he's like, what? Oh, didn't you see the news? And he's like, I think you overestimate how much I care about Magic now. And I'm just like, that's pretty telling. That's pretty telling. Oh, Lord Pepsi Super Chat says, MTG consumers are also greedy in the form of avarice, buying new shiny things with adult money. Well, I mean, on one hand, you're right. But on the other hand, you gotta fucking have something that makes you happy. Like, I know people who buy everything that comes out for Magic, but I also know they have nothing else going on in their life. Like, nothing. You know what I mean? They don't have addictions other than Magic that they need to feed. They don't have a significant other to take care of. Like, Magic is the main thing in their life. So, where's the line? Where's the line? I don't know. But I do know, Pepsi, it's time for you to go for a spin. Jordan, you bought 4 boxes and your mom took away your ability to buy anything because she thought you were being stupid. She just stepped in and was like, no, son, no. And then she gave you a custom deck box. Talk about mixed messages. Oh, it's voodoo. It's voodoo. All right, we're going to voodoo up. We're going to voodoo up Pepsi. Skeezy, Wonders is your focus, but Magic and Pokemon pay the bills at the moment. That's understandable. Wonders needs to spread more before it can do more. And there's some stuff coming on the horizon. There's some stuff coming on the horizon. There might just be some big news that's going to break any day now. I can't say any more than that because I'm literally under like an agreement where I said, if you guys tell me background stuff, I won't tell people. That was one of like when we first met up, when I went down there last month, and he was like, look, man, there's certain things that I'm going to tell you that I have to ask that you just don't tell anybody because I don't want to, like, don't put the word out there about anything. Don't talk about the stuff that I tell you. And I was like, yep, you can trust me. Just like the people who come along and like have given me background information about Magic the Gathering. I got some inside sources and stuff, right? So I don't spoil secrets. All right, let's go. Okay, so name of person the doll represents. We got Pepsi. Desired change to badness. Reason for change. Fuck that guy. Enact the ritual. We're going to do it up. Whoop. Whoop. Put a hole on the top of your head. All right. Oh, you're going from Lord Pepsi to Peasant Coke. You're just going to have a bunch of fucking carbonation in you. And oh my God, it's like Aki Can. Carbonation Aki Can style. So you're gonna be a can of pop that turns into a little anime girl when somebody kisses you on the mouth. Okay, let's give you a little fucking skirt. We'll give you a little skirt, and then we'll give you a tube top to cover your jugs. So you're gonna be like an Aki Can, where that's an anime where this guy buys a can of pop, and then when he puts it to his mouth, it turns into a girl, and he's kissing it, and then she starts to die because she's running out of carbonation, so he has to like breathe into her mouth. So for you to live, you're gonna have to let unwashed nerds breathe into your mouth hole. So we'll call this the unwashed nerd hole. Unwashed nerd hole. So they're gonna breathe into your mouth like all the time. You're gonna have to taste the fucking Dorito breath. Can you have long hair? Bald. Fucking bald. You're gonna be a bald woman. Bald, ugly woman. All right? That's what you get. Pepsi's super chat says, no, please, no. It's too late. Okay? The ritual is now complete. It's now complete. Da da da. Whoa! Ritual complete. You have been cursed. Nishimoto, you've been cracking Wonders collector boosters to scratch that itch. Nice, man. I've been organizing my collection. I'm thinking that there's people out there who don't have enough commons and uncommons and some of the rares and stuff. So I don't normally do this, but I'm going to open myself up and expand my horizons. I've never really been willing to mail people out stuff and do all that, but I'm going to sell some of my Wonders extras to people who don't have enough Wonders cards so that they can get in on and play it too. That's what's going to happen. So I've been sorting everything. I've got the box with all my extra rares and stuff like that. I've got almost a complete playset of every rare and every epic rare. The mythics, I think I'm missing still like 30 of them, and I'm working on my foil playset now. Drunkle the flat jokes. I mean, bro, they're that's definitely a thing. Also, I got to update the board with Pepsi because he definitely did just Price is Right, juggle him off the board by a penny. Bo Falcon says, new band name for you, Unwashed Nerd Hole. It does sound like a band name. And if you shorten it down to UNH, it's like, All right. Oh, Lord. No. Forget Lord Pepsi. He's Peasant Coke now because of the voodoo. That's right. It even extends to the board. Dun, dun, dun. Jordan, you wanted to know what I do for voodoo. Well, you've seen it now. Jess, you've been praying for more bus stories from me. I don't have any exciting bus stories right now. The closest I've got is the fact that I went down to the post office today and there was a whole bunch of kids on the bus. And I just felt like an old man as they were all yelling and whatever and loud. And I'm just like, shut up, you stupid kids. I'm an old crank now. I'm an old crank. What up, DB? How you doing, man? How you doing? Zircon, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? How's life treating you? How is life treating you? I'm so close to having all of my Steam cards. There's one game that's just taking forever to give me a Steam card. And it's that stupid game that you gave me 1,000,000 years ago, Bo. Fucking, what's it called? Boob Saga or whatever. So that thing's been running forever. And it won't kick out its last card. I'm like, just kick out your last Steam card, damn you. I've done the Steam cards for almost every single game in my collection. It has taken months. It has taken months. Zircon, you were stuck in a homeowners association meeting. He's like, I was just stuck there. I don't actually have a home in the area. They wouldn't let me leave. They were holding me prisoner because I got caught. Oh, wait, no, I can't say all that stuff because that would be an insult from the wheel. Never mind. All right. You went to a homeowner association meeting. End of sentence. Millmaster Boone Saga? No. Boobs. Boobs. Like jugs. Oh, the curses. Look. He's Peasant Coke now. Guys, do you doubt the power of my voodoo? Look at his name. Look at his username. You can see it. The magic fucking works. He's bubbling up right now. Drunkle, the second one, I believe. I believe it's plural. So yeah, it is a game for degenerates, 100%. 100%. JH, yeah, that shit was funny, man. Somebody asked Rosewater a question, and then you look at the name, and it's like, it's one of those misspelled ones, so you have to like sound it out, but once you do, you're like, that guy's name is Harry Ballsack. Rosewater's responding to Harry Ballsack. Ball Falcon, Carly plays it nonstop. No, she does not. Do you know what she's playing nonstop? Fucking XCOM, bro. XCOM. Zircon, the cages are undiscovered, but they know about the water pooling up under the gutter. Is that what you had to spend your time at the Homeowners Association about? Dealing up with water pooling up under the gutter? XCOM, what year is it? Listen, man. Stopping the Xenos scum that are trying to take over the Earth is timeless, bro. She's loving it. She also has not played much in the way of strategy games. So the stuff she was telling me was making me laugh so fucking hard. Where she's like, okay, so I'm fighting these aliens. And then I'm like, so you got to worry about line of sight, right? She had no idea about line of sight. So she's literally having her troops climb up on top of like the back of transport trucks and shit, like just out in the open, literally climbing up into a place that has no cover whatsoever. Just put them up where everybody can see them, and they just get blasted. It's just like, what are you doing? Drunkle, it's crazy to you that someone at someone gets paid to write articles about Rosewater blog answers. I mean, I make videos talking about that kind of stuff. So really, what's the difference? What's the difference between an article or a video, bro? You know? So yeah, she's just making hilarious choices because she hasn't played games like that. So she has to learn. You know what I mean? I've played a ton of different strategy games, even if I don't care that much about shooters in particular. I'm familiar with all the different concepts like Overwatch and all that kind of stuff, right? I've played a bit of Warhammer there. I've played a lot of games over the years, and I'm pretty solid with strategy games. I do a pretty good job. So she actually wants me to play XCOM so she can like just sit back and spectate, which I probably will at some point. Rufus, anybody's fucking free to do whatever they want, man. That's it. That's it. It's a perfectly valid choice for somebody to go, I only want to talk about the positive stuff, right? That's it. There's people who tell me I can't talk about the negative. I don't listen to them. There's people who say, these people can't talk about the positive. They have to talk about this. It's fine. It's fine. If you don't want to do that, if you just want to engage with the enjoyable part of your hobby and not worry about the rest, that's fine. People try and tell me sometimes, I would talk about Warhammer, and they'd be like, I don't like the Games Workshop isn't doing this and blah, blah. And I'm like, couldn't care less. Not even paying any attention to it. And that's all, whatever. We all make our own choices. That's it. So I don't give a shit. The people who just want to talk positively about Magic, they're welcome to do that. They are welcome to do that. It's their time, and they can spend it however they want to. People want to watch that and enjoy it. Cool. More power to them. So everybody gets to make their own decisions. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. Nah, can't. Sorry, man. But no other game is going to give me the same experience as Magic. And there's no other game that offers close to the amount of cards or depth. So it's cool that you've got your own preferential choice. And people say that about other games too. They go, switch to sorcery. Switch to flesh and blood. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing this massive pivot into another game and just going, I'm not the Magic guy. I'm this guy now or whatever. That's not how it's going to go. Like, I have room in my heart for a bunch of different card games and can enjoy a wide variety. But I will never be as into a card game as I've been into Magic. And if my into Magicness diminishes, it's not going to turn into this zero sum equals more in this game. You know? Like, that's just, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know? JH, the classics are always replayable. Agreed. Drungle, this is more entertaining than a reporting of a blog. For you, some people just want the information. They don't want to deal with anything else. They don't want to hear a bunch of editorializing. They don't want to listen to me run my mouth, right? There's different strokes for different folks, you know? That's how it goes. Jordan, no, never played Last of Us. Carly did. I've never played Gears either, at all. There was a fun XCOM spin-off shooter, the Bureau XCOM Declassified. Never heard of that, 90, but I didn't know anything about XCOM before Carly started playing it, honestly. I had heard people reference it before, but I didn't even know it was fighting aliens at all. At all. Well, you know what? Fair enough, Rufus. I feel you. You don't want to feel like you're being misled. That's completely understandable. That's fine. So, I don't know. I can't comment on other people being disingenuous because, to be real, I barely watch anybody else's Magic content. You know? I don't check out most of the stuff that's being made. So, that's just the reality of it. I engage with Magic in a lot of different ways, but watching YouTube videos is, I would say, infrequent at best. So I doubt I'm even seeing the stuff that you're seeing, you know? Nagel, you've played PvP against your landlord for 6+ years? Oh, and now you're going to you're getting into Commander. All right. JH, Wizards isn't going to call you back. Actually, Wizards will take you on as an ambassador even if you have a very small presence. They're they're surprisingly good about accepting very tiny channels into an official position and hooking them up with stuff. They don't go, you have to be X size or bigger to mess with us. They definitely don't do that. So I will give them credit in that regard, right? They have a wide variety of people they're willing to accept. They also have a blacklist that's surprisingly easy to get on. Aetherhub was put on that just for saying, we already had Chandra's Origin. Can we get something else? They blacklisted him for years, right? And I mean, at one point, they even sent me a secret lair, obviously hoping that I would straighten up and fly right. And I just took it more as a sign of, oh, wow, this is actually really big of you guys. I've been critical of you, and you're sending me the secret lair because it's like, here, man, cool, check it out, whatever. Like, we don't mind that you've been critical of us, but it very much was evident afterwards that, no, this was us seeing if we could get you to come on our side and cheer for us, and now that you're not, yeah, no. And ultimately, just so you know, you're full-on blacklisted. They didn't tell me that, but I've gotten it through other channels. I know I am blacklisted, and that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm one of the most critical people talking about Wizards of the Coast in a way that people will listen to, because I'm just bringing the facts. I bring the facts, say what's going down. I don't get bogged down with a bunch of extra political crap or whatever. And ultimately, while I'm criticizing them, I'm coming from the perspective of, I'm not, we got to burn it down. I'm like, we got to fix this so it can last forever. So, you know what I mean? I represent something important in Magic. People who want improvement and are willing to point out the bad stuff in hopes of improvement, but don't ultimately hate the game and wish ill upon it. You know? Lasagna, how many more spins do we need to do to get me to waste money on the new secret layers? Like 1,000. Like 1,000, bro. Kabuki, Magic holds a special place in your heart, which is why you care about its future. Sounds like me, man. Try and find small and niche TCGs with small communities for fresh gameplay. I get that. I've hopped around and checked out a bunch of different games, right? I've got sorcery stuff. I've got Alpha Clash stuff. I've got Grand Archive stuff. I've got Wonders. Wonders is the new one that I'm having a lot of fun with. I've been enjoying working on my collection. Been enjoying talking to Carly. We're actually working on lore because we own the rights to a couple of the characters, which means we get to craft the backstory for it. My buddy Wayne, the inventor of Double Strike, he's also hyped about it. He was literally sending me like ideas about the lore, working on his collection. We're looking forward to going to the next Shattering. The energy that you can find surrounding new games can be quite enjoyable. So I am open to these experiences. JH, I didn't think you were talking about me, bro. I didn't think you were talking about me. Drungle, there's some, what? I'm not sure what you're saying, man, because the last word in your sentence isn't a word to me. So I was like, what are you trying to say, bro? So yeah, I like Wonders, but they definitely need to be more widely available. Things will shift more when you can find it like in Game Source and stuff reasonably, which will happen, I believe, once they get the Play Booster boxes rolling out. For now, you can order starter kits off of Target online, but you can't really walk in and pick it up off of a shelf anywhere unless you go to one of the few LGSs that is already stocking the stuff, and mostly from their own Kickstarter supplies, right? So that is part of the challenge when you have a new game, is having enough to go around and getting it spread around, you know? Drunk, yeah, they can't claim I'm not a Magic addict. I mean, bro, I've been obsessed with Magic for a long time. A long time. Bill Master, you put Magic aside to work on becoming a drunk. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. End of the day, I guess more and more of my Magic is just going to have to happen through Arena in terms of getting to experience more of the new stuff. At least I've already got what I've got. My cube can't be diminished, really. You know what I mean? So the stuff that I've already acquired can't really be affected by what's happening going forward, but it doesn't feel great to have the game kind of leaving you behind in some ways, right? DB, you need a revised Crusade to complete your revised set. Shouldn't be too hard to get one. I actually have, check it out. I have the old, it's upside down. Whoop. That's a Magic figurine. See, it's Magic the Gathering. It's Crusade. Like, it's the card represent. Oh, shit, he's going for a fall, man. So there's the little Crusade guy. Isn't that funky? Pots, Magic, the literal 30-year obsession. Absolutely. I've loved Magic since 94. And that's never really stopped, honestly. I've never not been interested in Magic on some level or another. You know? There's a part of me that does get concerned at some point things will change so much that I won't care that much about Magic anymore. And it's one of the things that makes me happy, and I'm not willing to let go of that. You know? I'm like a dog with a bone. So. But whatever, man. You know, I'm exploring Commander more now as an alternative, you know? Yep, Jess, that's true. The first chunk of my life did not have Magic the Gathering in it because Magic didn't exist. I didn't find Magic right when it started, right? Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, Arabian Nights, and Antiquities all got printed before I found out about the game. But that's it. That's everything that got printed before I started. I started in 1994. Revised was out. Legends had just hit the shelves. And that's where I started. And it was a glorious era of discovery. A completely different time that can't be emulated nowadays the same way with big games. Like when Magic's new set comes out, everyone's talking about it. Leaks, spoilers, you're going to see it. You're going to have it spoiled for you. The way that I can have a kind of a similar experience to the early days of Magic is with games like Wonders now. That's what me and Wayne were talking about. He's like, it feels like being like back in the old days of Magic. And I technically have the I have the orbital guides, right? So they're still sealed. They're still sealed in their package. But I have all the collector's guides for every different faction, every different orbital in Wonders. And I could crack these open and look at all of the cards. But I've chosen not to. I'm experiencing the cards by playing them. So either I play them and run into them, or I crack them in booster packs or whatever, but I'm enjoying a slower, more organic style of exploration that reminds me of the earliest days of Magic, where you found out about cards by playing against them, opening boosters, or looking at somebody's trade binder, you know? Auto, all decks were just a pile of cards. It was fun. It was a lot more fun. It was more random. Chancellor, your favorite set in Magic is Shadowmoor and Eventide. The Lorwyn Shadowmoor Eventide block area was pretty good, actually. I liked it. Shiba, that's how you feel about Pokemon? You were always excited to discover the new Pokemon, but people are so obsessed with finding things out ASAP. I mean, now with Magic, I just look at everything as it comes along. Tarkir I missed out somewhat on because I was during the Tarkir spoiler season. That was the week that I was on my road trip to America to get in with the Wonders action. So, yeah, I mean, I will say that right now, Wonders is it's the second most interesting card game to me next to Magic. So, I'm having a good time with it. Admittedly, I get to have like a different experience than some other people in that the company invited me out and has hooked me up with stuff. So I get to have like a more of a special connection that way. I mean, I was sent Alpha Clash stuff by the Alpha Clash company. I was sent sorcery by the sorcery company. So there's all that. But the Wonder stuff, I've had more of an experience with. I got to go to their launch event. Like, a bunch of the people on the team feel like my friends from the time we spent together. There's just an extra level to it that I quite enjoy. Sheldon Super Chat says, for a toe biter. Get that toe biter shit out of here, son. Get that toe biter shit out of here. No. Let's go. Millmaster, I'm gonna play the final boss in Chandelarp. Yeah, I am Arzakon. Hatchercon. Thought the wheel's getting caught on something, but there isn't. Oh, it's voodoo. It's voodoo. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Clicked on the wrong thing for a second, but now we're good. All right. So, we gotta put Shelton on the voodoo. Desired change. Transmogrification. Reason for change? Dingus McWingus. Enact spell or ritual. First of all, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give you that long hair that Peasant Coke wanted. All right? But it's going to be like super long. And it's always going to get tangled up around both your ankles and knotted together. Right? It's also going to knot in with your junk hair, which is now also going to be extra coarse. So it's going to like basically tear at your skin. And you know what? Fuck it. Made of noodles. Low quality. Really tough. All right? And your skin is going to smell like fucking soy sauce, bro. So now when you go through the Asian part of town, people are going to be fucking trying to chew on you, son. All right? And we're going to give you one Jigo. One Jigo eyeball. Right? And then one Jigo low ball. For symmetry, right? Because I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. Okay? And then right here, that is an unexplainable rash. All right? And then also, we're going to give you like one extra dry kneecap. Like, it's flaking in chunks, bro. All right, that seems pretty good. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cursed you shall be. Ho ho. Voodoo complete. A voodoo completo. You low-key quality noodle lover? Lasagna, what? What? Liberty Prime. Oh, I have the commander deck that has Liberty Prime. I have that. Toe biter, gotcha. That's Bo Falcon knows. He knows what's up. You got it. All right. Seems like a good time for a mission. An intermission. Whoa! That was so fucking clever. You guys can think about how clever that was during the intermission. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Bam! I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm big in the back. I'm big in the boo. Oh, man. I have been right into Balatro. I'm surprisingly into that game. Right now, I'm trying out the for the first time last night, I tried out like the challenges. And the first challenge is you can't generate money the normal way that you generate it in the game. And they just give you 5 cards that will slowly increase in value over time. But those cards take up the slots where you get the big bonus cards that actually genuinely really impact your run. So you have to figure out when you're going to sell them off and try and replace them with powerhouse cards. And it's definitely a challenge. Each time I thought I had a good setup, something, spanner got thrown into the works, and boom, there I am sitting there going, oh, I busted out again. Hey, Thompson, what's up, buddy? Super Chat says, spin time. Good to see you. Been playing more Oblivion. That'll be me soon. Oblivion is definitely on the horizon. I'm going to be getting in on that. But Balatro right now is what's got me by the fucking balls, bro. All right, let's go for a spin. Boop. Damn it. I wanted it to land on Wonders. Thompson, you greasy dumb bastard. Why did you spin up an insult, you magoo? The reason you play Oblivion is because that's what you seek. Deep down inside, you know you have no right to fucking exist. So you crave Oblivion, right? And I crave it for you because you betrayed me. I thought it was going to stop here, and it stopped here. You fucking hockey puck. You ugly dog-kissing dumb fuck. You fucking pube-snorting snuffleupagus. Oh my god. Oh. That's funny. That's funny. Thompson, you make me feel unwells. See what I did there? I used your last name. I had to explain it to you because you're a fucking dullard and you wouldn't get it if I didn't. All right? So write that down so you can remember it 4 seconds from now because you got the fucking memory of a goldfish, you clown. Fuck that, JH. I don't give a shit, man. I don't fucking care. It makes me laugh. Whenever I get something that ridiculous, it's even better. I am entertaining myself, which is the ultimate purpose in life, okay? All right? Let's be very clear. Making me laugh is the best part. So yeah, I'm gonna fucking enjoy that. I don't give a shit what you say. Millmaster, who the fuck is Sheena Easton? Is Oblivion Ender Scrolls 4? Elder Scrolls, yeah. Elder Scrolls, is it 4? Is Skyrim 5? What up, Joshua? Yeah, sometimes the shit I say is so ridiculous that I have to stop and laugh. Like that Snuffleupagus one was amazing. That was amazing. Thompson says, let's try for Wonders. Hell yeah, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Wonders. Let's go. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, he did it. He fucking did it. Shot caller. Well done. Well done, bro. When you're not snorting pubes, you're killing it with fucking wheel spins. So well done. Well done. You did it. You did it. Let's get the camera set up and focused. Let's do it, man. Let's do that thing. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Thompson, you did it. Pretty amazing, actually. Fucking rigged. That shit is rigged. I wish the wheel was rigged so that I could like have it end on whatever I wanted. That'd be awesome. All right, there. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty damn good right there. JH, what's the plan for a wider Wonders release? Well, right now they only have the collector products that they made for the I wanted to say pre-release, but that's not it. For the Kickstarter, right? So they're going to be making regular play boxes. What up, Larry? All right, let's go, Wonders. Let's go, Wonders. Bum, 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 bum. JH, I don't know. I don't know exactly what the timetable is. I have no clue. Can't tell you. Couldn't tell you, my man. All right. What do we got here? Skaldar Grimshade. He's 1 cost, 1 power. When he shows up, you get a free attack. And as long as you have a stone, he has +2 power. So, I mean, that's not too shabby. It's not too shabby at the beginning. Free attack is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's like almost the equivalent of just being given a free action, you know? And we got Strength Augmentation. 1 cost, put 4 +1 counters on target dude. Make them beefy. Make them beefy. We got Tau Mecha Outskirts. So when you put it out, you gain 2 faith, and you can harvest it for an action. That's all right. Oh, Fire Flower of the Inferno. 2 cost item. When opponent attacks in this realm, sacrifice this. If you do, destroy target attacking enemy. Oh, that feels pretty good, actually. Okay. All right. Nice. I need this uncommon. I actually need this. I don't have enough of this yet. So that's a sweet score right there. This is Bone Skewer Spear. 1 cost item. Equipped wonder gets +4, but you have to sacrifice it at the end of round. So you got to build strategies around this. This goes good with Barnabas, right? Barnabas is actually the Carly owns the rights to Barnabas, so she can make lore for this guy. But here's Barnabas. I got an OCM of him, and he has on round end, you can return him basically like from the equivalent of graveyard to target realm. So you can give him the spear, and all of a sudden he goes from a 1 power to 5 power. He dies, and then he just comes right back. What's up, buddy? I never die. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. JH, you love the art of the cards. It's dangerous for your wallet. Well, they're already working on the second set, buddy. They're already working on it. So when the play boosters become available for the first set, I'll let you know. Okay. Then we got Cybernetic Enhancement for Gigantic Shoulder Girl. 2 cost equipment that gives Equip Wonder +3 and makes him a Biosynth. And it's attuned, which means you can cast this for like no actions if you have a Heliosynth land, which is like this land, for example. You have this land out, all of a sudden you can play that for none of your actions, which is pretty nice. Then we got a Scarlet Devourer, 2 cost, 5 power, but the trade-off for getting big power for low cost is that when he comes out, you got to bounce another guy to your hand, right? You got to bounce one of your guys to your hand, which is actually really useful for the Thalwind because there's a bunch of like come into play and tap abilities. So being able to bounce it back to your hand so you can use their abilities again, because you can only use tap abilities once in this game, right? Like once you tap a dude, he's tapped forever. And then we got a Sky Sword token. An Elven Warhammer. I think I might still need another Elven Warhammer for my collection. I think I need this. 5 cost item. Double Equipped Wonder's power. When this equips for the first time each round, create a 2 power elemental token wonder in this realm. Gross. So you can hand equipment around between your guys. This is fucking sweet, man. You double the dude who has his power and make a 2 power dude each turn? I like that a lot. That's great. And we got Isaac Sparkpaw, who is a 2 cost, 1 power. Tap him for free, put a protector counter on target dude. And when a stone would be seized in battle against a protector, you remove the protector counter instead. So this just lets you hang on to stones you already have. And since stones are the win condition, this is a really useful and annoying ability. Then we got Ranadai Hopmaster. 1 cost, 1 power. When it comes out, seek 3 a wonder with cost 2 or less. So you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can play a guy who costs 2 or less for free off the top of your deck. So this is the kind of thing that's awesome to bounce back with that fish guy that I talked about, you know? I mean, actually, if you have a Thalwind land out, then on the first turn, if you already have a Thalwind land out, it reduces the cost of things by 1. So this would cost 0 to play. So you could play this for 0. This would be reduced by 1. So you could basically go pop her out, do her on arrival ability, then pop him out, pop that back to your hand. And you could do that all on the very first turn, which actually feels pretty sweet. And there's other things, like there's a rare creature that if you happen to seek it, if it's in the top 3 when you do this ability, you get to copy the ability and do it again. Not too shabby. I'm pretty sure I need that epic rare for my collection, and I know I definitely need the spear. So those two, I definitely, pretty sure I need that for my collection. Definitely need that for my collection. And the foil stuff will help with the foil play sets because I want to make an entire classic foil set. That is my goal. That is my goal. So that was a good pack. Good job, Thompson. Good job with your shot calling, buddy. Good job. Larry, you think Fire Flower of the Inferno sounds like an obvious Super Mario Brothers reference? They do have fire flowers there. That is true. I have no idea. I have no idea if it's specifically referencing that or not, but maybe. No problem, Jug. I'm glad you enjoyed it, bro. Jess, when I said your memory's like a goldfish, you were in the middle of getting reminded about your change you forgot because you use debit so much. Well, then it feels like new money, right? That can't be bad. Hey, it's like if you like throw some money into a coat pocket or something like that and forget about it, and you find it next year when you take the coat out. Even though that's your money and you put it in there, you forgot it existed, so it starts to feel like free money. Like, where did this come from? It's bonus money. Yeah, I wonder if I need that Warhammer or not. Probably. Nagel, you got hit by a bee? Like a bumblebee? Jess, that's how you felt when you found $10 on your computer? Oh, hell yeah. That's a good feeling. Finding an extra 10. I think one time in my life, I found a $20 bill in a coat pocket and was just, oh my God, what? This is the best day ever. I did have a $10 bill blow up to me once when I was living in Toronto and went down into the subway system. I just walked down the stairs, and the one day a $10 bill just blew along the floor and slid directly under my shoe. I was just like, shit, yeah, the universe is giving me $10, buddy. Hell yeah. I mean, it sucks to be whoever lost that 10, but for me, it's like, I have no idea. It literally just skittered across the floor straight to me. And, you know, like in a movie when a note that like the chosen one is supposed to have just slides up and sticks under their foot and they just pick it up, and it's the same kind of thing, except it was a $10 bill. Now you got stung in the back of the neck. Bro, I've been stung in the back of the neck. I got stung by bees a lot when I was a kid, and so it made it impossible for me not to freak out when they landed on me. And when I freaked out about them landing on me, they would just end up stinging me. So it became like a cycle. It took me so long to finally calm down and be like, it's fine, man, relax. It's just a bee. Chill out and it'll fuck off. Jess, you lost a $100 bill once at work? Oh, that, I don't even want, I've never lost like a $100 bill. I lost a $5 bill and I was bummed for like a week, dude. I can't even imagine like a $100 bill. Larry, yes, exactly. It was destiny. That was Destiny. Huh? It's got 10 right in the way I pronounced it, bro. So that you extra know it was meant to happen. 100%. 100%. I found out that if I go to Pizza, I can get root beer cheaper than at the convenience stores. And I didn't realize that was the case. So that was a nice score. Makes it like more than $1 cheaper, which is great. I'm trying not to drink as much of it, but it's a slow process. And the sweet sugar water calls to me, especially when I'm baked, bro. So I don't have, I guess, the willpower that some people have to just forego all of the stuff. It tends to go in waves where I can stop for a while and then I do it a bit. I make progress, but it's not a steady line of progress. It doesn't just go like this. It just kind of... But as long as it's slowly trending upwards, we're good, you know? Billmaster, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who that is, but they dropped a $20 bill and didn't even notice it was gone. Well, good for them. Being that rich would be nice, man. That'd be nice. Jess, yeah, they don't make the SIN cards anymore, right? Which is fine. What do you really need one for, anyways? You just need to know the number. What the hell is that? Oh, is that a fish? Is that a fish emoticon? I've never seen that one before. Is that new? I've seen a lot. I guess I haven't really seen that many of the emoticons. I never use them. I never use them. At all. I'm a dinosaur. Emoticons aren't my thing. I don't speak in new age fucking hieroglyphics, you know? Nagel, you hate bees and wasps? I don't like wasps because they'll keep stinging you. At least bees they only get to, they're one and done, and then they're dead. I remember once when I was in college, I got hammered at the pub, and a bee must have landed on my hand, and it just got mashed, bro. Because I didn't even see it. But it got mashed on my hand, and it stung me. And it stung me, like, right in here. And my hand started to swell up massively. I went to the school nurse, and she was just like, you got elephantitis or something. I don't remember what she said, but she said some crazy shit. So then I went to a walk-in clinic, and I told the doctor what the school nurse said. And she's like, she doesn't know what she's talking about, man. What happened was, you just got stung in a part of the hand where there's not much room for it to swell internally because of all the bones and stuff. So it has to swell up outwards. You'll be fine. It's no big deal. No big deal. But I'd prefer not to be stung at all. Admittedly. It's not something I want to have happening. Jess, you got a small wallet now and you like it a lot more? I got the funky little Ridge wallet. I like that, but it's not always practical to use. So I also have like a regular old boring wallet too. I really like the Ridge wallet key case. That thing I have fallen in love with. It is great because it keeps all your keys actually folded up inside itself. So you don't have to worry about the keys poking out and like ripping into your pocket or scratching up your phone case. Like I loved it when they came back to me 2 years in a row to do a second sponsorship so that I could get a second Ridge wallet and a second key case. That was dope. And I had hoped that was going to become a recurring thing and that they would come back this year, but they haven't. So I don't know if that's because they're going a different route with it. I don't know if it's that they looked at the numbers and decided that it wasn't enough of a return on their investment to advertise with me. I have no idea. I had hoped they'd come back and be like, yo, let's do another sponsor spot. But they haven't. But I did get a second key case, which means that even when the first one breaks, if it breaks, I've got a backup one. And I think they would cover it under warranty, even though I got mine as part of the sponsorship. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. But that was a cool sponsorship. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes with YouTube. You get different sponsors, different years, you know? So this year I've got a proxy sponsorship, and now I get proxy stuff, and I got to go and do the Wonders thing. So there's different things. Actually, I got a new thing of Doomlings as well, right? I got the newest Doomlings expansion through a sponsorship, and I got some other cool stuff in a box from another sponsor who I'll be showing you guys next month because they wanted their sponsorship to happen around the time of the Final Fantasy stuff. So that will be rolling out soon too. Nagel, the doctor was right though. She was right. My hand was swollen up, but it wasn't a big deal. Just had to let the swelling go down. It wasn't any medical condition that needed treatment. The doctor was absolutely correct. Jess, you wish a bee would sting your dick. I don't think you do wish that, bro. I don't think you do wish that. Larry, you got stung by a wasp or a hornet when you were still a kid? I got stung every year as a child for like 5 or 6 years in a row. It made me develop a complex where I freaked out and ran away from bees, you know? I don't anymore. I have conquered that fear. But for a long time, it was a genuine, real fear that caused me problems. Sheba, ominous Final Fantasy stuff. It's just, nothing ominous about it. Nothing ominous about it. But yeah, the stuff I've been sent. There's one thing in particular that I really like out of what was sent. And it's the coolest part of all the stuff the sponsor sent. Because they sent a random sampling of things. Lasagna, you're still here and you just wanted to say that you love me, but not as much as you love Carly. You love Carly more than me. What's that about? What's that about, bro? I mean, actually, Carly is awesome. So I guess I can understand that, right? She is my favorite person on the entire planet, right? Well, I guess I'm really my own favorite person, but when you don't count yourself, when you're not allowed to vote for yourself, she's my favorite person. If I'm voting for myself, then number one, she's number two. But if you're not allowed to vote for yourself, she's number one. Drunko, when you were working at a scout camp, a guy who was supposed to check empty tents didn't? What? Stung 27 times by wasps. Yikes. Yikes. Jordan, don't be dumb. Yeah, so, well, kids are stupid. Of course we do dumb stuff as kids. What are you supposed to say? I never messed with wasps' nests. I knew wasps were not to be fucked with, and I stayed away from them. I know a wasp's nest when I see it, and I never, ever mess with wasps, thankfully. Just getting stung by bees, one and done, is what I had to deal with. Jordan, 3 doctor visits, but 29 ER visits. Oh, man. I've had some stuff happen to me. I had a nail like this long driven up into my heel. It took 2 people yanking on the fucking wooden board to get that nail out of my foot. And then I had to go on crutches for a while. I fucking cut both my wrists digging in the backyard and cutting into glass. Stabbed myself in the knee with a knife. Lost a chunk out of my knee on some asphalt. I got a ton of random scars and little injuries. I cut myself pretty good one year when we were carving pumpkins, where I just got like new metal tools and I got myself so good, and I looked and I was like, oh, I'm bleeding like a lot. And so I went to rinse it under the water and the bleeding just wouldn't stop. So I went to my lady. I was like, I think you're going to need to call 911. I think we're going to have to call 911 for me on this one as I'm holding my hand or whatever. And she's kind of giving me some pushback. And I'm like, look, I don't want to fucking bleed out and die because you don't want to call 911. So on actual Halloween, I was in the fucking emergency room. They glued my hand back together and gave me a fucking tetanus shot too. Oh, that reminds me. I went and did a live stream a few months ago where I was out in the rain, out walking around, and I had the umbrella. And the metal part of the umbrella, like the little metal fin, it looks like a shark's fin that comes out from the part when you slide it up or whatever. It managed to, like, I did things in a way where it cut straight into my thumb. And it got infected. The doctor had to squeeze pus out and whatever. And I realized, like, I'm probably going to need a tetanus shot because I can't remember the last time I got a tetanus shot. So I had to get one of those as well. Now I'm good. I've got one, thankfully. But that was recent. That was recent. Jess, your roommate wanted you to collect raspberries for him from the backyard, but it was always full of wasps, and you said you wouldn't do it. Good choice. What up, Pierce? You're late, but you didn't miss it all. That's true. That's true. Sheba, am I accident prone? No. I don't think that I am. I don't think that I am. I have had accidents here or there. Like, if you rattle off all the things that have happened to you over decades, then it's going to sound like you're more accident prone than you are. I'm not a fucking stupid man. Shit happens sometimes, you know? Or were you saying that to fucking Jordan because he went to the ER like 29 times? Because that probably is a reasonable question. Larry, you're going to embark on a quest to find a 12-pack of Pepsi. Walmart's out and the Circle K. And, oh, even the Fountain Pop's very diluted. You got Barks instead. Good choice. Barks is better than Pepsi, bro. Jordan, yeah, you're doing some dumb nonsense for sure, bro. Mailmaster, we're overriding Darwin faster each generation. Man. Yeah, being allergic to mosquitoes would definitely be a big hassle. So would getting West Nile, bro. Jess, you're looking forward to Costco changing to Barks and Coke? Oh, they are? Wait, does that mean you can get a cheap hot dog and like a Barks together for like a really good price? Because I like that. I do like that. Man, that shit that happened to my thumb with the umbrellas, it sucked. I literally had to like squeeze the cut myself for multiple days and just squeeze the fucking jank out of it. And it hurt like a bitch, man. I don't like that. I am like super pain averse. Super pain averse. I do not deal well with pain at all. At all. Like that whole like, we're going to break your fingers till you tell us what. I'll tell you anything you want. You don't even need to break the first finger, Bob, guys. I'm fucking telling you right now. Trust me. I will fucking tell you. We don't need for you to break my fingers. I will draw you a map of where my mom lives, and you can go and beat her with a lead pipe as long as I don't get hurt. And I love my mother dearly, but if it's between me stubbing my toe and her getting beat with a lead pipe, she can take the pipe beating, bro. My mom can take the pipe. Wait a minute. Wait, that doesn't sound right at all. Never mind. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Mailmaster, I'm all about that fucking South Nile. South Nile paradise, baby! Exactly, Nagel. Exactly. I'm not a stupid man, but shit happens sometimes. 100%. 100%. Jess, yeah, I mean Pepsi's getting crushed in the soda pop wars, right? Let's be real. Pepsi and Coke both fucking suck. They both suck. Barks Root Beer is pretty decent, but everything else is meh. More meh. Of course you guys are jumping all over that mom pipe comment. Listen, my mom smokes the crack pipe. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Larry, what? A Rockstar energy drink that had 6.9% alcohol in it? Bro, energy drinks and booze together in the same container are insane. I've only ever had that experience once. They had this shit called Rev, and it was an energy drink and booze. And I drank a bunch of them, and I'm like, I feel wired, I feel wide awake, and I don't feel drunk, but I know I'm drunk. That is a wildly dangerous combination, if you ask me. Even when I was young and dumb and booze-filled, I recognized it for the terrible situation it was. It's like, okay, I need to go and sit in my house where I can't get into any fucking troubles and have any problems. I need to literally just isolate myself and never drink this shit again. That's right, Chaz. My mom's the best at it. She's the best. Dante, there's a lot of very excellent bottled root beers in the southern U.S. I haven't tried that many root beers. I've had like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 different kinds at most. Sheba, anxiety in a can. No, thank you. No, thank you. Jordan, you love root beer, especially Barks and Mugs. Barks is awesome. Mug is okay. Mug's okay. A&W's okay. Dad's root beer is garbage. I hate it. I hate it. Millmaster Slurricane? Is that another energy booze drink? Hey, Michael D, you don't want to get cardiac arrest from combining alcohol and energy drinks? Agreed. I don't drink energy drinks at all. The hardest drink that I have is soda pop. Millmaster, I can't even just imagine meth, let alone adding alcohol in the mix. People do crazy stuff. Crazy. I have an addictive personality, and I've known that about myself. And it's gotten me into problems, but one of the advantages of knowing that I have an addictive personality is I've never tried any of the hard stuff in my life at all. At all. I'm like, people ruin their lives with that shit. It's so good to them that they ruin their lives and destroy themselves. And I'm not interested in that willpower battle against destruction because I do have an addictive personality and it sometimes can be a challenge to keep it in check. So I made sure, like, not to do anything, none of those things, ever. I've never tried any of the hard stuff. I'm just like, nope. Once could just be, you're fucking done now, buddy. This shit's awesome. And it's like, hey, I lost all my teeth and my brain and my organs are failing. Woo! Not a good trade, but trade made, you know? Writing, I should try Not Your Father's root beer. It's actual alcoholic root beer. It tastes dangerously like root beer. I wish that had been around when I was actually a drinker. I don't like alcohol. I do not like drinking alcohol. It's not fun to me. I don't enjoy the loss of motor control. Like, you're drinking to get drunk. If you're not drinking to get drunk at all, then there's no point in drinking it. And I don't enjoy the experience of being drunk. I genuinely don't enjoy it. I don't have fun with it. It is unappealing to me. I messed around with it when I was young and it was off limits to me. And then once I became like of age, I still drank some at house parties and stuff. I remember going on like a week-long bender where things got really wild. But ultimately, alcohol has no allure for me at all. So the fact that like you can just buy it in all the convenience stores and stuff now doesn't mean anything to me. You can now buy it at corner stores here. And it used to only be that way in Quebec. Like, I remember when I was in Quebec, probably like 20 years ago, and this busload of high school kids comes in to the grocery store and like, oh my God, you can just buy booze here. And they were all just grabbing booze and buying it. There was old ladies drinking in the parks and shit. We went to some festival. This city was having its like 75-year celebration in the park. And there was like old ladies just getting hammered. It was wild. It was wild. Nagel, they have a 99% proof root beer small shot. No thanks. Larry, Mike's Hard Lemonade. Yeah, I drank that. I drank that back in the day. It's all right. It's all right. As far as things go, I tended to prefer mixed drinks that had vodka in them. That was usually my go-to. But, I mean, I went to a house party where I drank an entire 26er of Jamaican rum, and then I had vodka and fucking cider, and people were trying to give me booze to shut me down because I was on a rampage, just fucking saying all kinds of crazy shit to people and getting into all kinds of nonsense. I pretty much told off like a whole house party. It was wild. I have been like, I guess that was the one time I think that was a blackout drunk experience, and it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. I did it, but I'm not proud of it. I'd never want to do it again. I don't ever want to get messed up enough on anything that I literally can't remember my experience from the evening before. Why would I want to delete my own existence in that way? You know, like, Just crack ruined the life of everybody I know who tried it. Like, my whole friend group from high school that I used to just spend time, like, we would just go and, like, let's roll up a J and, like, have a fun night or whatever. And that's what we would do. We would mess around, play games, being baked or whatever else. But then they got into the hard stuff. And it was crazy. Like, we're talking train spotting levels of degeneracy. And they just had, like drug house that was completely ruinous. When I went over there, it was nightmarish. It was hard to watch that happen. And I learned the hard way that there's no amount of conversation that you can have with anybody or tell them that you care or trying to talk about it that can compete with those drugs. Nope. So it destroyed a bunch of people that I really cared about. I lost my entire friend group because I just had to cut them off. I was like, I can't hang out with you guys anymore, unfortunately. Like, all of you, all at once. I lost all my friends because they all turned into degenerates. And I tried to help them. I tried to help a bunch of people, but I mean, you can't win with words, unfortunately. That's the reality, and it sucks, but that's what happened. So, it's a fucking bummer, bro. It's a bummer. Writing, you only drink for taste. What's the point of having booze then, though? If it's just for taste, what's even the point of having it, you know? Sheba, not feeling like yourself freaks you out, so you stay away from booze and drugs. Well, good for you. Good for you being happy with who you are and not wanting to mess around with stuff like that. Nagel, you have an alcohol problem and nothing more? Well, I mean, if you got a problem and you know it, and it's something you want to address, then you can. Larry, you like the Cuba Libre because it's made with Cuban rum. All right. So yeah, drinking, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. Honestly, the only thing that I'm good with at all is herb. And that's it. That's it. And for me, even, that caused a problem at a certain point. It got to the point where it was just, you know, I'm not prioritizing what matters. I'm making the wrong fucking choices. It's not like it didn't have the same impact, obviously, as my friends getting into the crazy hard stuff. But it did cause some negative repercussions to me in my life. And now it's to the point where I can enjoy it recreationally and it's not a problem anymore. So that's the level, right? If you can keep things in control and you're not ruining your life, have fun with it. If it's ruining your life and you're not having fun, that's when you need to make changes, right? Buzzard, you got a drinking problem, 2 hands, 1 mouth. That's your problem. You need 2 mouths and 1 hand. But then how are you going to figure out which mouth you can put the dick in, right? And you only got 1 hand. So Larry using coconut rum? I've had coconut rum. Not a fan, honestly. Sheba, your friend pulled one of the scaled foiled cards. It's pretty neat. It was worth $500. The value on some of the singles is right up there. Especially considering how much the products cost, right? Well, anyways, thanks for coming and hanging out with me, my friends. We have gone all over the place conversationally, starting out talking about Magic's insanity, and then just talking about a bunch of crazy life stuff. And it's kind of crazy sometimes to think how long life is and all the things that I've been through, what I learned from. And it sucks that I lost my group of friends, but, you know, the good news is at least one guy made it out of it. He got his life back on track, and I was really happy to see that. But whatever. Anyway, stay off the fucking drugs, kids, because the chainsaw man is going to get you while you're all fucking zoned out and high.